Tune to this. Let's go. You're in E3. That's your first bit. You're gonna play a G here, G power chord. D and G strings 5 and 7. So there's 3 on the low E. Come to here, which is 5 and 5 on the D and G. Drop back to 4 on the G. 5. And then slide up. So your D is at 4 and your G is at 5. Sounds like a lot of stuff you got to do. It ain't. This ain't horrible. Slow. Never be afraid to vibrato a chord. The next part, I see a lot of people play like this. Which you totally can. It's not 100% right, but it's passable in front of an audience. So that's your kiss chord. You're playing in you're playing like a E minor 7. But you're only playing dyad or triads of it, 3 notes. So that would be like your D major here at the 7th fret. And then you put you apply your kiss chord, which is B8 and D9. And then you do a little tiny C triad here. 9 on the G and 8 on the B and high E. So all together. Now the chord down here you're going to be using, it's a D chord. It's your AC/DC D chord with the F sharp bass note, which is Highway to Hell. So take these 2 fingers, put your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of G string. Take your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of B string. Take your 1st finger, put it on the 2nd fret of your low E. Now with your 1st finger, you'll be blocking out this A string. Not entirely important that you do, but kind of cool. Or, because his hands are so massive, he can just grab this F sharp note up the top. And he can play the full D chord. However you want to do it, it's all good in the hood. Or you can play it, what I want to say is closer to the truth. So the way I hear it is, because I was asleep the other day and listening to it, and you know how you get into that nice pre-sleep slumber? I heard this in the bass line. So I just followed that. So what would make sense is a G chord here, full, because I hear that note. D dyad here, your little kiss chord here, and your... So instead of doing this part of the C, or you can even just take your 3rd finger and put it on the 10th fret D. That might be too much of the chord. You can totally do it. Or you can just do that much, or that much, or this much. Depends on how much you want to telegraph. So those chords slower: G, D, kiss chord. This is D. So you got a G here, D, G again, and then your C. I'd probably just do this much of it. One more variation you could do is get your C chord here, which is your 5th fret, D and G, and then you can. So all up, one more time. Does that a couple of times, and then you can either do that here, Or you could just hit a D power chord, dude. It doesn't really matter. The crowd ain't gonna know the difference. And then you got your little... So that's I find that to be really, really hard to do. Natural harmonics on the G and B, and that's 7, and then 5. Yeah, dude, however you want to pick that, I would suggest down, up, down, up, down, up. But he doesn't. That's something you have to practice to a metronome, dude, because I just feel that's really, really fast. That scale before the verse, that is that's three-part harmony. So if you got a friend, I'll just give you 2-part harmony so you and your friend can figure it out. This is what I think it is. I ain't looking off no tab. If I'm wrong, don't even bother correcting me because I don't care. You're basically staying in E minor. Using frets 10, 12, and 14. Shift up here to the A, 12, 14, 15, 12 on the D. And then to end it, you've got 12, 14, 16, and then 12 on the G. The second harmony, which is your buddy, goes like this. Same vibe, you're just staying within the key. Instead of starting here at the 10th, you start at the, I don't know, go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Start here at the F sharp and go. Staying in the key of E minor. On the low E, you're using 14, 15, 17. That type of vibe, you've heard it before. Now you slide up to this 15th fret A, and you're going to use 15, 17, 19. Staying within the key. So those are your notes for E minor. C, D, E, F sharp, G, A. Slow. Shift. And then you've got on the D and G, you're using 16, 17, 19. Now the verse is in B, power chord. I recall. Da, da, da. Even though you're in B, you're using an E minor scale underneath. That's all you want to know is alternate picking starting on a downstroke, and you've got on the G string, you've got 4-2. The next string, which is D, you've got 5-4-2. The A string, you've got 5-3-2. And then you got this cool chord, which is it's like a C dyad here. So you got your G and D, 5. Under that, you're playing an open A. Picking, I would suggest alternate picking stroke on a downstroke, down, up. Now that woo, that harmonic, which I can show at a later time, you do the, you grab the bar, you flip it. You can either hit the B note from this 4th fret G string, or you for sure can do it here at the 9th fret. You have a choice. Like I said, I'll show you in another video how to do that. Woo! Okay, that is basically it's a B2. Whoa. So you're playing a B power chord here. This guy, you're holding down your B power chord and you're just hitting the, you're barring 2, 2, and then the 4th fret. G, D with an F sharp bass note, and then you're back into it. Depress the bar, hit a low E, drive it up. G. This is the pre-solo thing. I'm gonna call it part of the rhythm track because if you listen on headphones, it's double tracked. It's part of the rhythm. Pentatonic pull-offs. So you're on the. So you're using, a lot of it takes place on the D string. D5, 2, 0, and then you've got a 2nd fret A string. The timing is weird. I don't know how to explain it. Alternatively, if you want, you can put that here. If you don't like going to that power chord, just move it here. Just move it on a different set of strings. So now we've got the A string. What is that? 10, 7, 5, and then 7 on the low E. Now to get into the solo rhythm. So it's here. 7th fret A and D strings. Hit them both together, let them bleed together. Slide down to the 5th fret on the D. And then you go on the A string, 7, 5, and then the solo is actually in C sharp minor, which is C sharp minor to A. So let me do it again. Can I play the solo? In terms of I can nail the key parts, but when it comes to the whole big scalular runs, like, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that if you want the solo, my interpretation of it, because I don't know if I'm going note for note, but I can get you in the ballpark. Just write a comment below. If you don't, that's totally cool, and it means less work for me. The next part, so you're doing. Da-na. So that chromatic climb starts at C. This part starts here at C. Go to B, B flat, A flat, G, F sharp, G flat, F, E. And that's where the, let's get back into the song. I won't give up. I've just gone over the parts in my head. That's the song. Before I go, I'll quickly show you the it's a terrible tune. Look, how I do it, and then there's different ways to do it, I guess. I do it the dime bag way. I pull the bar this way, and you push it all the way down. And while you're pushing it down and it's going down, you flick it with your one finger, and then you I know what you guys are like, so here's what I'm running through. Victor's 100 watt 5150 Mark III. And behind are the elusive, what is that, a mower pitch box. And we've got a, I don't know, delay of some sort. I don't know who makes it, my bad. And a Boss reverb. And that's it. And I'll be, turning them off and on as I please.